Hello, everybody. This is a photo, two photos of my son and daughter-in-law on their honeymoon. They went on a sailing trip. I'm going rather fast. I'm showing the embellishments from the Planetarium Kit that I'm going to use. I want a clean look, very nautical. Most everything is from the kit, but with the exception of some wood veneers and some of the washi tape. Um, from my own stash. But I like this paper. It's got a navy blue background, the back sheet, and then the paper I'm cutting now. It's from the kit. It says "Love you to the stars and back," and I'm just trying to decide what I'm using that as a mat. So I'm not sure whether I mentioned, but their honeymoon was on a 40-foot, I believe, 40-foot sailboat, and they went down for 8 days, 8 or 9 days, and this was 5 years ago. So um, there was somebody to sail the boat, but they did some of the sailing also, and they also had a chef. Well, the same guy that sailed the boat was also the chef on board. So, and the funny thing was, he didn't even tell her, tell Tammy. That's Tammy on the right, and that's my son Chris. He didn't even tell her where they were going until I think they were on the plane. So I would have gone crazy. But here I am just experimenting with some of the papers and the placement. And this is one of the hardest things for me to do. So they just celebrated their anniversary. So I thought I would give this to them as a gift. I probably will put it in a shadow box. And I wanted, oranges and reds and blues are the main colors. A little bit of pink in there. I'm putting washi tape on white cardstock because it just didn't show up clear enough on the navy background. So I'm experimenting with this washi tape and decide against it. But the blue and the gold chevron, I'm going to cut that, and I believe I use both of them in the layout. I'm taking a picture so I can remember sort of the placement where I want things. I'm going to edge all my papers with Memento ink. I believe it's London Fog. Let's see. I like the wood veneers. It's got a flare button of an anchor that I incorporate into it, and I also have a wood veneer anchor, which you could see on the table there. And I really wanted to incorporate those into this layout. So I decide to put the scenic view on the top and kind of center them in the middle or towards the middle. And I like that red, but I decide to cut it in half here shortly. And I do overlap. I think I overlap one, but then I change my mind. That's a border strip, that floral paper. So I'm trying to incorporate that in there somehow, but I don't end up using it. As you can see, I go through a lot of trial and error. Yep, the side that edge has to go. Well, maybe I'll make some little banners. That's a boat going by, if you can hear that. It's pretty loud. So let me see. Oh, that's a one of those Project Life sayings. I think it's from the recollection sets, and I used the die on the table to um, give it that shape. I'm just placing some of the embellishments around where I might want to put them. I'm not gluing anything down yet. And there's the flare button of the anchor. I decided to put that on a circle little label. And I'm using some dimensionals to put the main photo up. Um, but I decided to do 2 layers. Since this is going into a shadow box, I can get some height there. And then I'm going to put some of that navy background under that Project Life card. I think I'm cutting it down here off camera, and I'm going to get my corner chomper tool to round those edges. And I think I just popped that up on one level. Let's see what I'm doing. Oh, my title. My title is taken from a song that was kind of, I don't know, their song. It was how it played at their wedding, and it's a Jack Johnson song called Better Together. And so I was going to put, it's always better when we're together, but I just put better when we're together. And I like how the letters overlap the photo. As you can see, the orange are from the jelly bean soup, and I'm not sure where the tall gray is from. It looks like it might be the jelly bean also. So I'm liking that title there. I have trouble with that little banner flag. I can't quite get it down where I like it, but I don't know, I might add it on after the video. Now that I'm looking at it, I might put it on. Kind of like it just like that. But I'm trying to think where the embellishment clusters are going to go. I definitely want to include those stars because you don't see it in this video, but I included right up top and bottom, I included that navy background that says love you to the stars and back. Yeah, I don't show it in this video, but I decided to add that after the fact. So I'm taking this washi tape that I put on the white background, and it really does brighten that washi tape up, but just cutting banners into it and deciding where to put it. It's kind of, I don't know what you call that. It looks like seagulls on the blue, so I like that. So let's see. I decide against that camera clip. It had to go from the top, and I just didn't like, I don't know. So I'm sure I could cut a lot out, which shows me placing things, but I think it's good to see in a way because it is a process, and it's surprising how long it can take. I mean, this whole layout took me over an hour, but you know, until I really started pulling together. Here I've decided to put the banners, those little banners, one underneath, which is pointing down, underneath that recollection saying. And so I wanted to balance out the left side and have one going up for the anchor. I decide, well, try getting that flower paper in there, but I never do. Yep, I like that little navy and white tag as a background for that anchor. Sorry for my head. I'm not wild about that 3-in-1 glue, not for things like this because it gets goopy threads between the anchor there, and I have to take my tweezers and get it out. But the little wood chip next to the sailboat says "Ahoy, mate," and then there's a wood veneer with the heart on it, which I'm adhering down right now. Let's see, the geo wood veneer is going to go up top there. And that's the little anchor flare button that came with the kit. Yeah, I just realized you don't see too much of that orange. But it does, you know, with the orange that is showing, I chose the orange stars. And let's see, I'm experimenting with the gold sequins. I believe, yeah, I also have little gold stars. Sorry about my head, but I think I'm using both. And this twine, I'm going to kind of wrap around some of the embellishments so it looks like, just gives that nautical look. Let's see. Still not sure. It needs something just to anchor down the top and bottom edges. I do end up using this, but I use something else also, which, like I said, I didn't show in the video. Now I put the longer one on top. I decide to change that and put the longer blue strip on the bottom. As you see, I'll switch them in a minute. But now I'm taking my little mini glue dots and adhering that twine a little bit so it doesn't flop off. And they're great for the little sequins too. So at least I'm more on frame this time. But let me know what you think, because I'm not so sure about this cording, but I don't know whether it's just effective or maybe I didn't use enough of it. I'm not sure. Okay, we're getting down there. Almost done.